Autumn is in the air and it feels great. Football's back, everyone's getting sick, and best of all, a brand new season of South Park. And in honor of its 20th season today, I'm taking a look at the show that almost single-handedly put Comedy Central on the map.
It's a sentimental story of four lovable scamps growing up in Colorado. It's South Park, why they created the V-Chip. Premieres Wednesday, August 13th at 10 p.m. only at Comedy Central.
Trey Parker was born in Colorado in 1969 to parents Sharon and Randy. 2 years later, Matt Stone was born in Texas to parents Gerald and Sheila. The two met while taking a collaborative film course at the University of Colorado Boulder and quickly bonded. For an animation course in 1992, Parker created a short film titled American History using construction paper cutouts, which would later become Parker and Stone's trademark style.
They made 13 colonies on this continent and banned witches.
The short film won Parker a Student Academy Award from the Oscars. Later that year, Parker and Stone, with collaborators Jason McHugh and Eden Harden, formed the production company Avenging Conscience and created the short film Jesus vs. Frosty. Maintaining the construction paper style, this short introduced the characters that would eventually become Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny, while forming South Park's crude sense of humor, as well as several running gags including Oh my God, Brent killed Kenny, and I learned something today. In late 1993, Parker, Stone, McHugh, and Harden directed the film Alfred Parker the Musical about the historical cannibal, funded by friends and families. Screenings of the film were held close to the Sundance Film Festival. The film was later retitled Cannibal the Musical and became an indie success. In 1995, Parker created Time Warped for Fox Kids that was ultimately passed on. While developing Time Warped, Fox executive Brian Graydon commissioned Parker and Stone to create a sequel to Jesus vs. Frosty. The new short, titled Jesus vs. Santa, continued to develop the setting, characters, and animation style that would eventually become South Park.
Here we are, Jesus, South Park Mall. Who are you looking for?
Him. Ho, ho, ho. We meet again, Jesus.
Jesus vs. Santa gained an underground following in Hollywood, with George Clooney in particular being a big fan. Jesus vs. Santa caught the attention of Comedy Central executive Doug Herzog, who commissioned Parker and Stone to create a full television pilot. The first pitch was for The Mr. Hanky Show, centered around the talking poo later featured in South Park, but this concept was rejected. Created on a budget of $300,000 in the summer of 1996, Cartman Gets an Anal Probe tested poorly, and it wasn't until Parker and Stone wrote a second script, Weight Gain 4000, that Comedy Central approved the show. While the pilot episode was created with construction paper, every following episode used computer animation. South Park debuted on August 13th, 1997 to poor reviews but favorable ratings for cable. It was so successful, in fact, that only 6 months after its debut, in January of 1998, Parker and Stone started putting together a feature-length film alongside seasons 2 and 3. Parker and Stone were ultimately dissatisfied with the quality of those 2 seasons. In South Park's infancy, episodes were created from scratch in 3 weeks. During development of Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, Parker and Stone fought with both Paramount executives and the MPAA over the film's rating.
Eric, did you just say the F word?
Did he say the S word?
Young man, did you just say the Q word?
Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, a full-fledged musical, was released on June 30th, 1999 and was a critical and financial success, with the film receiving an Oscar nomination for the song Blame Canada.
Because when Canada is gone, there'll be no north to lead the earth.
Parker and Stone celebrated the nomination by showing up to the Oscars in dress gowns while tripping on LSD. By the way, Doctor Strange looks great. However, tragedy stuck near the end of 1999 when actress Mary Kay Bergman, who voiced most of South Park's female characters, committed suicide. Actresses Eliza Schneider, Mona Marshall, and April Stewart followed Mary Kay as South Park's female voices. Starting with season 4 in 2000, Parker became the show's sole director, while Stone handled the day-to-day operations of running a large studio. Following the lackluster second and third seasons and the successful film, South Park experienced its first creative resurgence. In the 5th season, the show moved to Maya Animation from Alias Power Director. That season premiere, titled It Hits the Fan, uttered the word shit uncensored 162 times.
Shit, 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 shit,
The show's response to 9/11, titled Osama bin Laden Has Farty Pants, was critically acclaimed and received an Emmy nomination.
September 11th happened. Our fans would expect us to do something.
And we are the one show that was not going to turn and run and hide from this issue. We were supposed to be the fearless show. So we knew, we're like, you know, a month after September 11th, we were like, we've got to take this issue on. And that was the biggest challenge, was how do we do that? And
how do you laugh about any of that stuff?
Yeah.
The 5th season ended with the long-term killing of Kenny, who was replaced the following year by recurring players Butters and Tweak. In the fall of 2003, during South Park's 8th season, Matt Stone and Trey Parker developed the film Team America: World Police. Around the same time, the duo started work on the Book of Mormon musical with Avenue Q composer Robert Lopez. From seasons 8 all the way through 16, South Park contained 14 episodes a year, split evenly between fall and spring runs. The season 8 episode Awesomeo is the quickest episode to be completed in South Park's history, being done so in just 3 days. South Park endured several controversies in the 2000s. A season 9 episode titled Trapped in the Closet featured a takedown of Scientology, which angered featured cast member Isaac Hayes, who left the show as a result. His character, the beloved chef, was written off in the following season premiere. Another episode in season 9, Best Friends Forever, centered around the Terry Schiavo controversy, earned South Park its first Emmy, followed by a Peabody.
It is one of only 2 programs honored with a Peabody that focused one entire episode on Oprah Winfrey's talking vagina.
2006 saw the creation of South Park Digital Studios, the new production home for the program. That year, Parker and Stone teamed up with Blizzard Entertainment for the episode Make Love, Not Warcraft.
Nelson, I need to come over and use your computer. No, I need to play World of Warcraft. Nelson!
While the episode is considered one of the show's best and won an Emmy, Parker feared the episode would be poorly received and begged Comedy Central not to air it. The 11th season included a trilogy of episodes known as Imagination Land, a story originally intended to be a standalone film. The 3 episodes were later re-released as a direct-to-DVD movie, and the 3 episodes combined won an Emmy. In 2008, every episode of South Park was made available for free streaming on southparkstudios.com. In 2009, the show switched from its 4:3 ratio to 1080i HD. Additionally, South Park Studios spent years re-rendering every previous episode of the show into high definition, a first for animated television. Season 14 included the episodes 200 and 201, a celebration of South Park's long life. However, controversy erupted when Comedy Central censored audio about Muhammad following threats to the network, as well as Parker and Stone. The 2 episodes, along with the 5th season episode Super Best Friends, which prominently featured Muhammad uncensored, were effectively removed from the face of the earth. After the 14th season concluded in November of 2010, Parker and Stone jumped into full development of the Book of Mormon in New York. At the same time, Parker, Stone, and Obsidian Entertainment were conceptually planning a game that would go on to become the Stick of Truth. Although previous South Park games were released from 1998 to 2000, none were successes. The Stick of Truth was released in 2014 to critical acclaim, and a sequel is currently in the works.
South Park, the fractured but whole.
2013 saw the first ever delay of a South Park episode as Goth Kids 3 was pushed back a week at the very last minute following an extended power outage at South Park Studios, interrupting post-production. In 2014, Hulu obtained the rights to South Park's digital catalog, and the ability to watch any South Park episode for free was cut down to 30 rotating episodes. Starting with season 17, South Park switched from 7 episodes in the spring and 7 episodes in the fall to a single run of 10 episodes in the fall, with several breaks scheduled. Season 18 brought new life to South Park with the introduction of long-term continuity. Now, continuity is not entirely new to South Park. After all, Kenny spent the entire 6th season dead. However, this continuity was an entirely different beast. Running threads involved the Washington Redskins, Gluten, and Randy secretly being the pop singer Lord, which all collided in the season finale. The following season tackled political correctness and urban redevelopment, concluding with a conspiracy thriller based around the new character PC Principal. So far, it appears that the 20th season will be about social media, the presidential election, and gender discrimination. At the moment, South Park is guaranteed to run through at least 2019. The reduction of episodes each year, the change to long-form storytelling, and the development of several video games has reinvigorated the franchise. South Park has continued to grow up with its audience, and as a result, it has secured its spot as one of the most successful animated shows of all time. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Please subscribe to my channel. Also check out my brand new Facebook page. Let's have a conversation in the comments below. What's your favorite episode of South Park? Mine is Good Times with Weapons. Alright, stay tuned for more here on TVJunkie.